In from a GDG perspective, and everybody here at GDG London, I'm super thankful for, and hopefully that I get to see everybody again. So let me start off with it's a big day for daughters. So my daughter Avery designed my presentation for me. There are a couple mistakes in it, but they are mine, not hers. So anyway, that's why I wanted to make sure that she put her name on it. So where did we start? So we started about like 6, 7 months ago, and we are an organization that working on building hands-on skills. And the biggest thing that I'm finding as we've kind of developed through these communities is that a lot of people have not touched the inside of a computer, right? And I think back to if I was a med student and my doctor never went inside a human body, I'd kind of be a little upset that my doctor didn't really understand what my body did. So I think the idea is that we have to get back to that hands-on approach. And the best way to do a hands-on approach, from my perspective, is to bring a community together. And by bringing a community together, we get to check our egos at the door. Everybody that comes to our community is a peer. That includes myself. I'm not above anybody else, right? Everybody that is part of our organization gets to be a co-founder. Actually, we kind of encourage people to create their own titles, right? Because the idea is when you create your own title, you have to live up to it as well. So we do a lot of things in SWATs that, you know what, it's going to be interesting, and we'll see how it works out over time. And this is why I say it's grassroots, because we're trying new things that may not be part of every community or every organization, and especially the one thing we will try and do, and I'm working my butt off, is to keep it free, right? Because if we can continue our growth, we strengthen our cybersecurity community together, right? That's not just a one-person thing. If we can secure our neighbors make us more secure, right? I keep on using the adage way back that if you build fences, that builds bad neighbors. But the idea is a good fence will keep a bad neighbor out, right? So next, I went wrong way. Sorry, I'm better at this usually. Oh, so this is where it comes back. We're going to the hands-on approach, right? So we do it all, and I want to say we do it all because everybody is part of this. So everybody has a vocal aspect to what we learn from. Sorry, it's sounding really ridiculous. But everybody has a welcome advantage. So we talk about building that hands-on approach to getting inside computers. We also talk about AI and ML, right? This is part of the cybersecurity mindset is that everything is part of it. We talk about I shouldn't say this too much loud, but we talk about taking down satellites, right? Imagine if you could take down an entire Starlink system. That would be pretty insane. And that's not just one set of things. Think of people that are now having medical devices implanted to them that have Bluetooth connectivity. You can do a literal ping of death on somebody, and that's the literal aspect, not the figurative. We're just taking down a computer. You're literally taking out somebody's heart. I think one of the big, Dick Cheney was one of those guys that had to get a pacemaker implanted or something changed because of the Bluetooth vulnerability. So yeah, I'm going to try and work through this a little bit quicker just because I know the day is a little bit longer. So if I go through the slides too quick and you guys want to talk more, I'm always available. You'll see it at the end of the slide. So I'm going to go through a little bit quicker here. So one of the things is that as we do feel like it's a place for people to network, we are a big community. We're hands-on. We're in person. We now have a Discord. The Discord is an optional thing, but preferably is we want to see you. We want you guys in the computer, just like I want my doctor inside my body. Not right now, maybe when I'm sick or whatever, but what the heck, right now, let's try it. Anybody doctor want to get inside? No, that's never. That's a different, wrong conference. No one goes inside me right now. Okay, now next. Talk about completely safe environment, right? We're inclusive. We support everyone. So this is the idea. We have workshops, we have training. We want to encourage people to do public speaking because it's a soft skill that a lot of our technical people need to learn, right? I get up here today, and this took me, I'm going to age myself because I'm literally 48 years old. It took me a long time to get the confidence to get up here and actually do this. This is amazing because now I get to share and spread my message. But if I didn't do this for others, maybe we wouldn't get it. Ben, I would bring up all all the time, be like, Ben, take over the presentation.
No.
And he makes it. But anyway, that's just going on. So the other thing is we like to demo the product that we're doing. So we try and keep vendor agnostic. We try and do free and open source. But obviously when you're in a community and you're working towards getting a job, you want to use the tools that the businesses are using, right? Yeah, I can bring up this awkward Beeble Bump tool and say, hey, yes, I'm really good at it, but nothing compares to like, hey, I'm an Active Directory specialist, or I've worked with Exchange 2025, or I am, that's the kind of stuff that we're looking for, and this is why we're trying to do what we do. So what do we do? So this is the idea. So not only the hands-on approach, we also lend technology out. Imagine if you wanted to learn firewalls, and I could hand you a firewall to play with. And it's amazing because we do have that kind of technology when we're in class, but sometimes when we're not in class and we want to break something, well, we got to feel comfortable with breaking things. And I feel like that's part of it. And if we have a lending library that people are comfortable of breaking, well, think of that. It's your medical dummy. It's the person that you kind of get your hands in without having to worry about if you kill them or not, right? So if you kill a computer, oh well, we trash it, we grab some parts out. Think of it as an organ transplant. It's all fine. It's better than human transportation, trust me. I learned that about a project. So this is also why I'm here today, because Google people also have a ton of tools. One of the things that we talk about, and I'm seeing one of my malware analysis people are in here today. We're going to talk quickly about Flare VM. As I talk about, that's one of the Google free tools that you're available to get to train on, right? So how about if you want a workshop on Flare VM, we do a workshop on Flare VM. That's the idea, is we train the people based on the tools that we need. Google, who wants to use GCP, right? Like, I think everybody here today probably uses GCP at some point. Gemini, AI, like all this stuff from a cybersecurity perspective, we don't know how to secure it if we don't know how it works. So that's the hands-on thing. So this is why we're in there. This is why we're in Google. This is why we're in all the other bad, cloud services. Google's the only one I use, I promise. So that being said, so our goal now is to, just let me grab a drink of water here, I'm parched, is to strengthen our local talent. So everybody that goes to school here, everybody that wants to get a job in the area, a lot of times you're seeing these postings on LinkedIn or Indeed or anything. They're wanting 3 to 5 years experience. How do you get 3 to 5 years experience if you can't get the experience to get the 3 to 5 years experience, right? So our goal with our hands-on approach is we give you something to put on your resume to say that I actually worked with the tool, right? It's not one of these things where I went to a training camp and blah, blah, blah. We actually worked with it. We did a recent Wireshark workshop. And instead of just doing an OSI model, which we kind of did and whatever, we're lucky Ben was able to do a cache with a flag in it. And it gave an understanding that you could get into the depth and make a better understanding once you get people involved into the design of how things work. Gave them a great understanding. So this is all resume building. So the idea is that we actually do certification, right? So our certificates are meaningless right now because, anybody grades a certificate. But what comes with that is validation. We're part of a community that can validate your experience. We're part of a community that can validate your health. We're part of a community that can validate what you do, right? And that's, I think, a lot of us in our jobs and our day-to-day is we just need some self-validation. We need people that believe in us. So that's kind of the thing, is I do want to give some hope, right? And kind of tying back to the previous presentation, I did have a little bit of a cough. So, there's that lung issue that maybe we can address in some kind of AI project in our SWATs environment eventually, right? So this is the idea, is to how to get better at what we do. And I'm going to screw this up again, ain't I? So, come on. Oh my God, did it? Oh, there it is. Right. Sorry, it's right. This side. Wrong way. Yep. So this is the idea, right? So this is why we do what we do, right? We can't start a community unless we plant the seeds, right? So if we plant the seeds, I'm not here to get a job, right? I'm here, I'm working. I have a great job at Ontario Health. I love part-time teaching at Fan Shop, and I would love to part-time teach at St. Clair, if, because it is closer to home. But it's one of those things where you kind of like, you run into those things where you want to build people. So you plant those seeds because you want the people that are coming up today to sit in the shade of the trees of tomorrow, right? And then as we build our trees, we create a forest. We create a forest of knowledge, and we can share these forests with everybody. And I want to kind of like talk about a quick term. It's called crown avoidance. And it's one of those things that you talk about, and it's gonna, if you Google it right now, anybody can Google crown avoidance, it's something trees do, right? And we don't really know why, but we have an assumption that trees do it so other trees can grow as well. So when you look at the trees and you see all the trees that are able to stay away from each other, but they all grow together, well, all of us as individuals can be part of a forest, and we can all grow together, and we can all help each other grow while not having to worry, right? Like everybody has space. We have lots of opportunity. So as we keep on growing our community, right, we can kind of show that what this looks like. This is what hands-on work does. This is over the past, 90 days, I think? And this is what we've had engagement. And I can say that these stats are, I don't know, a little bit skewed because I think LinkedIn pulls some algorithms that make it not as great because they want you to pay for LinkedIn Premium for some reason. Monetization seems like the thing to do. We're gonna do LinkedIn statistics as a service. No, never. Let's go. Kidding. So yeah, this is what it looks like, what we're doing for growth, and we're trying. And as we do it, we want to be part of the communities, and our communities come back. And I want to talk about one of the basic ideas is we're here. We're here with a cyber community that also does development. So what does this opportunity give us today? Well, there's a whole bunch of dev students out there that want a community from a cybersecurity perspective, right? And maybe we want, and I don't want to bash Google, but maybe they want to be agnostic in how they develop, right? So maybe you want to do secure development in a way. Well, maybe we can work together to form a community with SWATs, like a SWAT dev community that helps develop security. We can help you give ideas to kind of like develop securely, and maybe even when you bring your LLMs and your AIs into place, we can maybe help prevent bias. Although cybersecurity bias, we do not like certain tools. Anyway. So this is what I say, like, I'm gonna go to the end of this. This is the end of my presentation. I just wanted to kind of give an idea, like, what community is and why we're here. And this is how you can come join us, right? One, Discord. We're a big user of Discord now. We used to try Slack, but trust me, not everybody loves Slack. Discord seems to be more open. Pixame is one of our partners that have, become part of what we do. And why I bring up Pixame and why I think it's really important is they're helping us develop a way, bad feedback, is that they're helping us develop a way that we can get students aligned to the corporations or organizations that want to hire them. Imagine if a forensics co-op looked for a forensics student, or maybe a dev co-op is actually looking for a development student, instead of some information security student ending up doing some programming because it was the only job available, right? The idea is to match these organizations with the talent that is here. So if we can match the talent that's in here, we can train the talent that is here, we bring you up that the talent is in here, what happens? Well, you come back to the community, hopefully, and help bring the next generation up. You plant that new seed, and you bring your forest to us. I don't know how that works. We're a bunch of ants for any Lord of the Rings fans. You walk. So, this is the next thing. Oh, sorry, wrong slide again. Oh my God, I will learn this. This is how to find me, right? So this is me right now. So this is the last thing. This is the last slide, second last slide. Why I encourage you to follow me on LinkedIn, or not follow me, connect with me on LinkedIn, because I will connect with you. I do not want followed. I'm, like I said, a big Peter kind of fan. So you can find me on LinkedIn and connect, and I do share a lot of jobs. As my people that do follow me complain about is all they get is notifications all day and all night from me because I just keep on reposting. Anyway. So at the end of this, I want to say thank you. I actually made this slide work for the first time. So I just want to say thank you for listening. Hopefully that I gave you some little bit of knowledge, a little bit of hope, and eventually maybe even some data that we can help our other people with to make better decisions. And if you need to get inside a body, not me, but if you need to get inside a computer, don't see me. Okay, thank you. There you go, that was 10 minutes. Oof. I was supposed to be 40. Any questions? Oh, sorry, I should leave this on just in case there's any questions or concerns. Any questions? Yes.
How many workshops are you offering right now?
Okay, so we were at a schedule that we're probably about every other week. So we started doing Proxmox, and actually it gives me an opportunity to talk about some of this stuff. So Proxmox is one of these open source tools that we love and use, and actually London I think is doing something with Proxmox. I don't want to disclose too much because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet.
Oh, you're fine. I think we've got some official stuff in place.
Oh yeah, so the cyber range at Fanshawe is being developed on Proxmox, and the big advantage of Proxmox, one, it's free. Two, it's open source. Three, there's tons of community script available. Four, you can do Ansible with it, so anybody that's a big fan of Ansible. And lastly, it's just easy to use. You can deploy whatever you want. So as we develop our Proxmox course, we also kind of worked into a Wireshark thing. And so over the course of the summer, I think we've had about 5 or 6 workshops in Windsor. So the problem is, well, how do we bring those workshops to London? Well, we do it through the community in London. Well, the advantage is now we also have our Cyber Hive YXU meetups that are the second Tuesday of every month. So in London, and they're like next door at the community center. So if you want to meet up, and actually that's where a lot of professionals and students meet together, so that way they can mingle and make sure we can share jobs and community eventually. So yeah, we're probably we want to try and do every other weekend. Saturday, and then we'll do like 3 hour. So and then we'll do the meetups once a month. So yes.
Maybe what's the coolest thing that has happened since this community started?
Oh my God. I don't know if I could put one thing together, because really I have a bunch of people like this that came with me on a car ride today that I got to talk about just cool stuff all the entire time. I got to meet some amazing people that not only are super talented and super smart, but part of the community. The community, see the crew community help each other. I can't even tell you how many times I've been to a lot of IT conferences, and you get these people that have the egos and they got to be the smartest. Well, we haven't had that. Everybody so far has been let's work together, let's solve problems, let's have some fun. And then the other thing I noticed is I'm meeting people outside my scope of knowledge. So I'm trying to understand the needs of what our students are, and you start to see what the students need is hope. And that's, I think, what we lack a lot of times is when we have lack of vision, we have lack of opportunity, and we have lack of hope. That's a part of the depression aspect that comes in to make school anxious. But if we can start giving students hope again, well, that might change the way we work and maybe give people a little bit of passion back into what we do. And that's why I keep on going with it. We have passionate students, and that's probably now I don't know how to say that. That's the biggest thing I found is there's passion again. I think we lost a lot of it, and I'm glad it's back. So yes, that was one of the most interesting things. And then I could go on. I'm sorry. Yes. Anything? Any other questions? Or yes. So how do you get involved? So this is a great question, because where are you at? Where if you don't mind me asking, regional? Are you in London or? So if you're in London, we have a group of people like Ben, and then I don't know where the other people are. Anyway, so we have London people. Ben is one of our great guys here, and you can join our Discord. So once you join our Discord, we also have a the Discord link doesn't work. So if you're on LinkedIn, come get me today or whatever, and we'll get you a Discord link. Come find them.
Right now.
Somebody's fixing it right now, online, on my computer. This is not the greatest set. So, cybersecurity people don't like putting up QR codes, okay? And I'll give you a reason why.
Cybersecurity, these are web devs. This is Google developing group, okay? QR codes are allowed here.
Okay, so let me just say, if you ever, anybody ever use a QR code on a menu? Anybody? No. So how easy it is when you scan that QR code, that menu comes up, right? If somebody were to put a different QR code over that QR code and you scan that menu, what do you think would happen? It would open up whatever QR code that was put over top. And let me guess, there's probably a menu out there at Jack Astor's that has some kind of QR code that leads you to some site that you shouldn't go to. Anybody believe me on it? Yes, sir.
Can I open the menu QR code with the Node.js browser?
Yes, you can, but,
Is it with the same?
well, let me say, so there's more than JS that is vulnerable, right? So think about if you're opening a phone and you're opening a link and that website takes you to some kind of, like another exposure link, what kind of phone you have? Let's say you're a Android and it's downloading some unsigned APK. Now, hopefully, you
That
have
would be
this.
suspicious see in the menu.
Hopefully you have some kind of suspicious alert. Now let's say that APK has a way to get a 0-day past you and exploit your phone.
So it's just 0 day opportunity.
So just imagine, there's always a 0-day available. No matter what you think, because you never know the 0 days that are not available.
Yeah, I have to develop a little bit more my paranoia.
Yes, yeah, well, again, I'm not paranoid. Look at, I got Alex like working on my computer right now. I have no paranoia at all. I just like to think of the things that people can do very badly, and that's what helps me get my protections in place. Because cybersecurity is all about trust. If you trust the person, then you can exchange data. If you don't trust the person, I don't exchange data.
Same like any human relationships.
Yes, it's just like human relations. I tell my malware class to wear protection all the time. It's one of those important things. I don't want any of my malware coming in with syphilis. It would be bad.
It's all on there.
Any other questions? Sorry, that was a bad joke, David. I should have been like, ooh, I should have started with that one instead. Anybody? No, we're good. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I was really awesome. This was so much fun as usual. And as I say, like, connect with me. I'm an in-person guy now. I kind of like because I lost all that other good stuff. So yes, if you need anything from a Discord perspective, come see me. We have QR codes that you can just scan. And now that I think about it, come scan our QR codes. After I just told you not
Definitely
to.
not malware.
Definitely not malware. Okay.
Only one of them is.
Thank you.